thanks for clicking on Just Beast Fitness. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo. Today we are training our arms. If you are somebody who wants to have an awesome looking body, of course you know what you need. Always arms. The arms always come through when you want to have that awesome physique, that aesthetic looking body. And you know, as you always know here guys, we are here for a long time, not only for a good time. So we have to do it right for longevity. That's why we don't do drugs, we don't do PDs, we don't do SAMs. We do it naturally. And now this is one of those videos which we do. This is one of those workouts that we do one workout at a time as we move closer each and every day to our dreams, which is having a perfect possible body. And as always, we have to start our workouts with some warm-up, and we start today this arm workout with some pull-ups. We are doing 20 to 30 reps of pull-ups. I usually like doing at least 30 reps for that first set of a warm-up, because one, there's no way you can do 30 reps of pull-ups and not feel like you're fully pumped. There's no way. Then number two, there's no way you can get like you're not fully warmed by doing 30 reps of pull-ups. It doesn't matter how you're used, how much you're used to them. Now the first workout is going to be a tricep workout, which is cross the body tricep extension. And this is a very beautiful workout. It looks beautiful by the way, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels excruciatingly painful and that's why we love it so much. You know, the more painful it is, always the better, because if it's difficult on the muscles, it means it's sending the signals that the muscle needs to improve to accommodate that difficulty. If I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, you can click on the like button below, and if you enjoy what you're listening to and watching right now, you can also share with somebody that you think can enjoy such kind of a video. Now we're going to the right arm for the first set of this workout. So we do left first, then we do the right part, for obvious reasons that left is always weaker compared to right, and we need always to make them catch up with one another. And the only way we can always do that is by making sure that left goes first, so that it acts as a pace setter. This is a tip, by the way, for those people who feel that they have one side of your body is bigger, because it's normal, by the way. Nobody is ever perfect left and right. Like nobody has a perfect symmetry in their body. There's always the left or the right that is a little bit stronger than the other. So you're always working so hard to make sure that they become as closely the same and strong as possible. And that one is by always starting with the weaker one to allow it to catch up with the stronger one. Now we go direct to one of my favorite bicep workouts, and that is close grip chin-ups, reverse grip chin-up, that is. And yes, this one, many people do it for their back, which makes sense because it's a compound movement, meaning it hits more than one body part. But personally, there's a way in which I do it, and if you do it the same way I do it, you'll feel it more on your bicep than your back. In fact, your back will almost be doing nothing, and that is when you do it, you concentrate on bringing the weight towards your biceps rather than concentrating on trying to bring your elbow towards your rib cage. If I'm making sense, you can like if you haven't liked. Now we go to the next set of this workout, and this is another cross body extension. And you can see right now we added a little bit of weight just to make sure that we challenge this muscle much enough, because the first one felt a little bit easy. So as always, you know, you need to listen to your body. Of course, not all the time, but sometimes, especially when you want to find out whether to add or reduce weight, you need to listen to your body so that it tells you whether the weight is too light or too heavy. And as far as the previous set was concerned, we made a conclusion that we needed to add a little bit of weight, which is proving to be a bit difficult, by the way, on this set, but we have to do it anyway, because as they say in Swahili, maji ukiyachota sharti uyaoge. In other words, if you remove your clothes, if you remove your clothes to shower, you have to. In short, that's a Swahili quote. Like if you ukitoa nguo sharti uyaoge. Now this is the second set also for the right arm, and I'm just trying to, I know you guys are wondering why am I bending that way. I get a little bit of stability when I bend, and yeah, sure, you can do it while standing straight or bending. There's no difference. What matters is as you do the movement, you make sure that your biceps the triceps are fully extended on the way down and they're fully locked on the way up, which means you make sure that the elbow is doing all the work. And right now it's proving to be difficult, by the way. That weight was just too much. Now we're going to the second set of the chin-ups. And now this one, you can notice that it's a weighted chin-ups. I just do that to make it more challenging. And right now we're using 30 kilograms just on the waist there. If you're wondering how many kgs those are 2 plates of 15 kgs each. That is just what I find challenging enough, especially on a day like this, a day that I choose to do some heavy workouts. Now we're going to the next tricep workout, and it's going to be dips, weighted dips. And I want you to notice one thing, that this is a very good workout for the chest and also a very awesome workout for the triceps. And let me explain the difference. If you want to do this for the triceps, as you go down, always concentrate on bending your elbows towards your back, if that makes sense. But when you're doing it for the chest, you try your best to concentrate on opening the elbows on your side, and that will make a major difference on where you're going to feel the tension at most, either on the triceps or on the chest. So if you do it and you feel your chest more, it means you're just not doing it right for that day. It's okay if you're doing it for the chest and you feel it on the chest, but if you're doing it for the triceps, then you need to fix it, because you don't need to feel the chest when you're training your triceps. Now we go to the next workout. This is going to be alternating bicep curls, the side bicep curls. And I want you to notice something, that this workout is exaggerated on the side. There's a way in which I've over opened my arms compared to how normally bicep curls are done. And the reason I'm doing that is not accidental. There is a very deliberate reason for doing that, and that is because I want to hit that bicep from an angle that is rarely hit, because most of the time when we use the dumbbells and the bars when doing this movement, any type of a curl, the biceps tend to be more closed and more towards the body, but you want to open that long head of the biceps to make it exposed and to hit it more. And how do you do that? You do that by using a dumbbell. You can use 2 dumbbells at the same time, but I prefer just to concentrate on one at a time, just to give it all my attention. And then you open it wide open as though you're doing it from the side, and you're going to get a stretch like no other. Are we together? If we are together, like the video. If you haven't, I don't know why you're still here. Let's continue. This is the next set, and you notice one thing. This is one of the workouts that if you haven't done ever, I would advise that you do, and that is, when you're doing this movement, it's okay to do 5 reps on one side, then you do 5 reps on the other side. Like on this day, I was doing 7 on this side, 7 on the other side, then 5 on this side, 5 on the other side, then again another 5 on this side, 5 on the other side. Then I call that one set. Why do I do that? That is like doing male reps on different muscles at the same time, which means when this one is resting, we don't put the weight down, we go to the other one, allow it rest for a few seconds. Then as that one gets to failure, we come back to the other one and repeat. If you do this, in fact, if this is the only workout you do, your biceps will still grow. If you don't do anything else and you do this, I can assure you that you'll still have quite a decent size of triceps. You can try, biceps. You should try that, and you tell me on the comments below after a few days if you will not feel a difference. In fact, you'll feel the difference from the first workout. You'll just feel your biceps is getting some pump that you're just not used to. Now this is the next set, the second set. Already we've done a total of 3 sets for each body part, that is biceps and triceps. We don't need so many sets because, number one, these are very small muscles, by the way. Biceps, triceps, calves, those are body parts that don't need so much of volume to make them get to exhaustion. Of course, there are those larger muscles like the back muscle, for instance, the gluteus muscle, which is the biggest muscle in the body. Those ones you can give a lot of workout, that is, you can give them a lot of volume and they'll still stand it. But the small muscles like the biceps, it gets to a place where you start having junk volume, meaning that now you're just doing workout for the sake. It's not helping you anymore. There's that point you get to, and now it's not helping you anymore. So there's a very sweet spot in between there, between not doing enough and doing too much, because there's some people who just go through not hard enough. You just want to go to the gym and you do 2 sets of each and every body part, then you want to go home. Of course, that is good if your aim is to maintain the muscle. But if you want to grow the muscles and make them stronger, you'll need to go a little bit more, and you'll have to add a little bit of workouts or sets. Now, that's why I can tell you that, of course, you don't need so many, and also you don't need to do too little. And always you need to try that over and over again until you get to that sweet spot where you feel like you are getting the most gains. And how do you do that? Just by trial and error. You start with the low set reps. Then you see if you're not really getting stronger. After a week or 2 or 3 weeks, you'll be able to see if the workout you're doing is too much or too little. If it's too little, you'll notice that you're not getting any stronger. You need to add. And if it's also too much, you'll start getting exhaustion. You'll start getting things like sometimes you feel burnt out, and and energy level will also go down. You'll find like you go to the next workout, you're not fully recovered, or sometimes you'll also feel that your psyche and morale is really low. Those are the signs that will show you that you're overtraining or you're just doing too much and you need to cut it down. But the easiest show that you're not doing enough is that, number one, you go home and you don't feel any pump. You don't feel any pain occasionally, and you don't get any stronger. You're going to the gym over and over again and you ain't getting stronger. Yes, and the muscles, of course, are not getting bigger. Those are the ways you can notice that you are under training and you need to add. Also, of course, there are other factors that you have to consider if you are serious about getting stronger and getting fitter. That is recovery. You need to sleep enough. Of course, you need to get hydrated. Of course, you need to eat enough and the right food, that is. And also you need to keep yourself away from a lot of stress. It's quite a list, but yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes to have the best. That's what it takes to take care of your body, because is it not worth it? This is the only thing you have that this is the only vehicle you have to carry you throughout this journey called life. You just have one body. I don't usually believe that there's ever anything like too much, like I'm taking too much care of my health or I'm working out too much. There's never anything too much for a vehicle that you can never replace. You see, if you can take so much care of your car, you can take so much care of your house, how about your body that you can never buy a new one? So I don't usually believe in anything to do that. That is too much. As far as your health is concerned, nothing is ever too much. You should be able to do whatever it takes to take care of it. Because you know what? When your health is not there, all these other things that you think are important will stop to matter. And when you die, everything else in your life will stop existing. So you can as well make your health a priority. So this is the next workout for the tricep. Already we've done 4 sets for triceps. Now this is the 5th set, and this is an overhead machine extension. This is a very good workout for your long head of the triceps. There are many people who train their triceps and they say that the triceps don't look so big, and they ask me, why is it that yours usually look like it's a horse leg? And I say the horse foot, and the reason is you're just not training your long head of the triceps. It's the one that shows the most when you have your arms stretched. The shorter heads tend to be stretched when you bend your arms a bit, but the one that when your arms is just stretched and you can still see it popping, that is like mainly the long head. And you have to do those overhead extension and skull crusher and so on, any workout that allows you to raise your hand above your head. That is a type of workout that will be targeting your long head of the triceps. Now we're going directly to this workout. This is a hammer curl, a very good workout for the biceps, especially that side, that muscle that you usually see popping on the side of the biceps. It grows when you do these hammer curls. And of course, if you want to have very strong forearms, you need to do a lot of hammer curls. They'll help you have that forearm that shows off when you are putting on some long sleeved shirts. Now we're going to the next set of the overhead extension, and this one is another workout, another set. This is the 6th set for this tricep workout, and already I feel like the triceps is already screaming for its dear life. But now that's when we know that we are hitting it right. You don't want the muscle to leave the place feeling like it could have done much more. You want it to be leaving that place thanking you for stopping just that moment you did, because you're just killing it. Understand? So this one is a very awesome workout, especially for the long head, as I told you. And as you can see, it gets to a place where you just can't control it with your you've noticed that your core becomes an hindrance, and that's why I bend down like that. The moment you notice that your core is getting tired and just can't handle it anymore, you can always bend a bit lower so that you can continue doing more reps, because sometimes the triceps are still able to do more reps, but now your core is failing you. But you see, I decided now to do this on a drop set. Sometimes it's okay just to make sure that we have that extra bit of intensity. The only way you get that, one of the ways you get that, is by doing drop sets and Mayo sets and all such sorts of styles of workout, just to help you get the most out of the workout, because you just want to push yourself as far as possible, because that's how you get the best you could. Because if you give yourself an half-assed workout and you're expecting to have a great improvement, I think that is a fool's errand, because how do you do that really? You can't just give something a half-assed. It's like you're in a relationship where you never give your partner anything, no attention, nothing, no gifts, no love. You don't even, like, you're just always negative. You are the example of a toxic partner, and then you expect some good treatment from them. It's not normal. It's, of course, if you get that, it's I think you can say that's one of the abnormalities of life, but it's not something you expect. You don't expect to treat people around you badly, then you expect them to want to be close to you. You just have to give something to get something in return. Like, life is like that. It's a business, kind of. You give something to nature for nature to give you something back. So you just have to give it your all for you to get everything that you want. You have to get your all. The only way you can get your all is by giving your all, for lack of a better word. Now, that one is, I don't know if you are enjoying this video, by the way. I don't know. Personally, I'm enjoying doing this. This is one of the things that I prayed to God to allow me to do. And me getting an opportunity to do this feels like a blessing. Whether I get paid or not, I just feel good that I'm able to share with you guys something that I love so much, and that is fitness and workout. And just doing it and feeling good doing it, that is enough payment. That is enough fulfillment, because I believe I was born to make people healthy. So this is now that time of that most of you have always been waiting for. You want to see how it looks, how the pump looks, but can clearly see that arm is just a crazy one. It's just, I get scared of it myself, by the way, and I flex like this, because sometimes I even question if this really is my arm. Because there's this time when, especially during the beginning of the year, was it the beginning of last year? Yeah, it was the beginning of last year. My arms were one of the weakest body parts I had. But now, looking at myself and seeing that now it's turned out to be one of my strongest body part, I can't help but feel grateful. Yeah, I can't help but feel grateful. And of course, also, I can't help but pat myself, on the back, and tell myself it's a good work I've been doing. And I have to tell myself congratulations, because, personally, I like doing that a lot. I just like thanking myself and telling myself congratulations, because sometimes people will not. And so what if people don't? Do you really care? You shouldn't. As long as you got yourself, as long as you have your back, that we are now flexing right now, that's what matters. That's why I think I train my back so hard, because I want to have my back at all costs. Of course, I'm not trying to say I have no people who have my back. I have people that love me so much, and I love them. But what I'm just trying to say is, don't always depend on people to pat on your back. It's okay to pat on your back. And let me see you in the next one if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't subscribe, I don't know what you're waiting for. See you.